So let's look at the fact that, we're now kind of in freedom land a bit, and certainly better than where we were a month ago. And the issue now is, okay, we're back out there, we're doing a lot more group inspections, and again, we'll talk about that a bit later. But, we'll have a look at how we operate with these. But the thing is, fair trading will now be back out as well. So when they start, whether they start this year or whether they start next year, and whether they start coming back in and doing random audits, we haven't had any information about that. But, surely, that's what's coming next. So really take the time now to make sure that you are compliance ready. So you're ready. If somebody, if somebody from Fair Trading walks through the door, if there is a complaint against you and there is an investigation into that complaint, and that you are ready. So just your general compliance checklist. And I always think there's about 10 things on that list. Have a look what's on your front door. Make it the first thing when people walk through your door, that what's on your front door, that you are compliant. So have a check of Section 29 of the Act and make sure that you're complying with that. Make sure that your marketing doesn't have any, false and misleading information. And make sure that you're identifying who the agent is. Make sure that your business cards are clear about who the agent is. If they're not using their legal name, make sure their license number is on. Just little things like that. Making sure that everybody in your agency has their license or the certificate up to date, so it's renewed on time. So making sure that they've got the right license for what they're doing. So if they're working in Strata, they should have a Strata certificate of registration, so they can be an assistant agent in Strata, or they have a Strata license if they're working in Strata, and vice versa for real estate and for stock and station. So if you're selling over 20 hectares, that you've got a stock and station license or certificate, and that your stock and station certificate is lodged under somebody with a stock and station license. Make sure you've done your CPD. My mantra all the time. Talk about getting your CPD done. You've got until the 22nd of March next year. Get it done. 9 points Class 1, 6 points Class 2, 3 units of competency for assistant agents. Real simple. Make sure that you've got a policy and procedures manual. Have a look at it doesn't need to be 1,000 pages long. It doesn't need to be 500 pages long. It needs to document very simply the processes you have in your office. So if somebody walks in and says, what did you do? Well, this is our process. If you made an error on one time, then you made an error on one time. But this is your general process. You need supervision guidelines to address the 10 requirements under the supervision guidelines. Make sure that you've got those. If you are a licensee in charge, or a manager of a sales department, or manager of a property management department, are you doing some random compliance checks on sales files and property management files, and making sure that they are actually compliant, so that all of the information that needs to be there? And as I said, if there's a complaint, that's the first place that everybody looks to see what correspondence you've had. Have a look at your agency agreement. Look at all your other agreements, your ingoing reports, your routine inspections for property management files. Make sure they're all there. Obviously do a check around your trust account and the authorities, that the licensee in charge that is appointed for the running of the trust account is the person who is authorising all the disbursements from that trust account. And obviously check your professional indemnity insurance, that you have the right amount and that it is current, because that is a requirement of the regulations, that you actually do have that professional indemnity insurance. So that's a really quick 10 points around a compliance checklist that you really need to have done. So take the opportunity now. We've got 6 weeks or so before Christmas. Just get yourself ready. So that's a good one.